Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year, Russell. Happy New Year. Thanks for stopping by. Gary, thanks for stopping on by. HNY, I never did it that way, Gary. Happy New Year. I guess we can say that for what, 3 or 4 more days. Happy New Year. I don't know what the length of saying Happy New Year is. A week, 5 days, something like that. So, but it is, Russell, as you are well aware, it is cold in Virginia. Russell's just up the road in Washington, D.C. So, hey, Russell Gardner, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you jumping in here. We're going to talk about the tournament schedule. I've got a draft schedule here that I'm going to share with everybody. Give it a few minutes for everybody to jump in and populate. Got a little bit of some change to it. Want to, put a little bit of a twist to keep it interesting for next year, or this year. I'm sorry, we're already in 2024. I know Brian's going to show up. Spaceman, the Western Division Big Bash champion. Happy New Year, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. And Mike from Reese Life Dad Life, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in. Give it a few minutes, let everybody populate in before I throw up the new schedule. Good to see you again, Spaceman. Happy New Year. Captain Lindia, another champion, the Southern Big Bash champion, 2 times consecutive. Followed by here, Brian, thanks for coming in, the 5 Bass Draw champion last year. So, man, we got nothing but winners in here so far. All of your winners, but we got the people who have won these tournaments interested in what's it going to look like next year. So I'll give you a few more minutes. Hope everybody had a good New Year. Like I was talking about before I started going out, everybody's kind of cold here. That must hurt John. I'm sure that's right, Brian. Heavyweights. John has won one tournament before. One of the second tournament I ever put on. The 3, I forgot what we called it. The 3 bass bag tournament. So Brian caught some fish today. He sent me some photos. Brian, it was cold today, man. Good on you. I've seen your heater, though, that you put in your kayak. It's pretty ingenious. You're not going to let the cold stop you. So if you follow Bass Hunter on Facebook, you put a photo of a heater for his kayak that you put in the cup holder. So I never did find out, Brian, is it a gas or is it electric? How does that heater work? Oh, I believe it works, but how? Is it gas, electric, battery? Let me know what generates the heat off that thing. It's gas, okay. Get one of those little screw-in bottles that you put in the bottom. I'd guess be the safest way to do it. 1 pound propane. Okay, man, that lasts you. You run that thing pretty much all day. Yeah. I don't think Gary or Lindia are interested in propane either. I know Lindia's not. She's down on a pontoon boat, crappie fishing in shorts and flip-flops. So, Russell Gardner, again, thanks for jumping in. Spaceman, good to see you. I know once you get comfortable in the water and kind of get warmed up, it's all right. On Saturday when we were out, me and Marty, and the wind was the kicker. It was 45, but that 9 mile an hour wind on the lake, woo, that gets you. That sucks the heat out of you when you're out on the lake. All right, we're getting close to 5 minutes, and I'll throw up the proposed schedule. I thought I had a few more folks in here. I know a couple folks said they would be in here that showed up yet. It's kind of going up and down on the viewers. I don't know if I trust, because it changes so fast, what I see in StreamYard, but it was 24 at launch. I went running this morning around 6:45, and it was 24 degrees, and I was like, ooh. I'm glad I'm not on the water, but you were out on the water, Brian. So All right, guys. So for the folks that are in here, it was some more freezing rain in Indiana. Yeah, I'm sure, Russell. We got a storm coming this weekend that might bring us our first significant snowfall, or ice. I think it's going to be icy. I'm 50 miles south, roughly 50 miles south of DC, uh, south and west. So we could be on that snow ice line down here this weekend. We'll see. It's still waiting this weather. I know, Russell. I know you wade in this weather. I hope those waders are insulated, man. It's crazy. I see you out there, Russell. Those waders. All right. Let me throw this up real quick, kind of give everybody a look at what I'm thinking about. I just chatted with my with the sponsor today, told them the events that I'm putting on, getting things lined up for this. So let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Okay, here is what I'm looking at for this coming year. 11 March through 15 April is going to be the Southern Big Bass. And hey, guys, I'm open to suggestions. This is just preliminary. I added 5 days onto it from last year. I did the same for the North region. I'm not going to do a West region. I'll show you the new map. I'm going to still cover the whole United States. And then the Summer Bass Draw is basically the same dates, 1 July through 17 August. The Smallmouth Slam adjusted 1 day. And I know all of you are not interested in a smallmouth tournament. I know some of you are. And then we're going to do the team tournament. We're going to adjust that team tournament. It's still going to be virtual teams. But the way we're going to do the bags this year, I'm going to be a little more restrictive because we're just testing this out last year. It was really, everybody was happy with it, but we're going to make it a little more competitive as well. So right now are the dates that I have. Any thoughts? Anyone look at this and go, whew, Shane, you should think about moving the date left or right. Oh, let me go back real quick. Spaceman, you're interested because you won the West last year. Here's what I'm going to do for let me share my screen here. What I'm doing is I'm adding, as you can see, I just spread the map over across the United States, the red all the way to Arizona, and I put what was the West in the north, because I didn't get a lot of participation in the Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah. There's not a lot of bass there. Had a few in Nevada. And believe it or not, I did get a lot in California. And why is California green? I'm going to allow anyone from California to either fish the north or the south big bass tournament. That way, they can only fish one. They can't fish both. But I think it'll make it a little bit more competitive. What month is Lindia gone? Good luck with that, Brian. You know better. Yeah, Spaceman, I didn't have as much participation in the West. It was just not worth it. And even, it's funny, when I look at my subscribers, I got probably 30% of my subscribers to my channel are in California. And I only got like 9 people from California. So you think Russ thinks from north is good? Yeah, Spaceman, believe it or not, though, you would have been second place in the north last year from what in your catch. It's not going to be too tough. I mean, we had a lot of participation in the north, but you'll probably you'd have, I forgot what yours was, but I was looking, I was like, you'd be competitive. So Brian, you're going to have your work cut out for you to beat Lindia. Just deal with that, buddy. Let me see if I missed anybody. Yeah. I went ahead. Well, I'll put the details out of every tournament like I do when you register for the tournament. I'm not going to change the rules for the big bass. How about the big bass start on 16 Feb? Why, Gary? Oh, because you have a tournament in Seminole, and you're thinking the bass are going to be spawning. No. I want to support you, but I'm going to be fishing that tournament with you. I see how you're thinking, Gary. We don't know if the bass will be spawning, but it's a good chance you'll catch a big one. Hey, John, thanks for stopping by. I'll show out the tournament thing again in just a minute. I put this tournament schedule out for everybody to banter about. Yeah, Russell Gardner won with a 22-incher last year on the Northern. So we got the Northwest South 5 Bass Draw Champion. So 4 of the 5 tournaments we got in here. I know that a month later than the West was last year. That will probably help. Hey, Ted. I'll send you out a hat, Ted. I think I have your address. I just got a brand new shipment in that box up there. I was out of them, but I'll get you one. Thanks for stopping by, Ted. I know there's a lot of interest in the smallmouth tournament. I think we had 180 plus people in that tournament last year, and it was pretty competitive too. So we're going to definitely keep that one around. Ted, are you still in Florida? Or are you back in PA? Curious. I just watched you and your kids in Florida on video. I know you're there and back, but let me go ahead and show the schedule one more time. We're just turning the lights back on. John says, we're just turning the lights back on. We shot 6 pounds of tannerite a bit ago, ran in the house, turned the lights out, police circling the neighborhood looking. John, that doesn't surprise me. Just tell them you did it. It's not against the law to shoot tannerite, is it? Okay, Ted, you got back yesterday. Hey, Russell, I hope your grandkids are ready. That was exciting last year with your grandkids on there. I'm sure they'll be in it again this year. Let me throw the schedule up. John just does not fail to surprise me in any bit. Let me go ahead and share out the schedule. Here we go. So there again is what we're looking at now. 11 March, 15 April, Southern Big Bass. Again, I added 4 or 5 days to both the Big Bass tournaments, stretched that out a little bit. And Big Bass Draw, basically the same. I think I added a day. Smallmouth, roughly the same time frame, and so was the Fall Slam tournament. So in the regions, I did change the regions. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. The Northwest region is just north. And then California is green. And if you live in California, you can fish either the North or the South Big Bass, but you can only fish one. You can't fish both. So your friend 3 miles away. Well, thanks, Ted. Reese or Mike, it didn't work. Did you buy a reel? What did you buy? Let me know, because I was just talking to Trevor. We are going to change it, and we're just waiting for him to give me the new code. They may have turned it off 1 July. The 2 May one and the 5 Bass Draw. Okay, Ted. It's not 2024. We're going to do. It's not going to be SFO 2024. I think it's. Don't quote me on this. It should be SFO 15. I think is what we're going to do. So we'll see. I'm waiting for them to give that to me, and matter of fact, I'll turn off this banner until I can confirm. What it is. But thanks for letting me know, Mike. I will tell you, I can't get into the details because I promise not to. We generate a lot of stuff for Omnia with that code. That's one of the main reasons they're sponsoring the tournaments again this year. So when I do get that new code out there, I'll let everybody know. So, but by the way, if you buy a St. Croix rod, Shimano reels, or Daiwa reels, if I'm not mistaken, they do not work. That code does not work on those. Or if you use a gift card. I found out the hard way. It doesn't work on a gift card. So Ted, I'm going to get him. Yeah, thanks, Spaceman. Tag me on there. Oh, Megabass. Yes, no, Megabass pulled out of their discount codes, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll make sure this next discount code includes Megabass if I can. Or G Loomis, Brian. Very good point. G Loomis. They don't do G Loomis. That's hey, Spaceman. Thanks for mentioning that. If I had, even though I don't plug this enough, the Omnia Ambassador Program, which Omnia sponsors this channel and our tournaments. If you're interested in being an ambassador, it's a great deal. Even just being registered with Omnia, if you join the premium program, I think it's $29 a year. It's free shipping for everything. If you buy a 99-cent pack of worms or $500 worth of equipment, it's free shipping. So it's worth it for just the free shipping. But if you become an ambassador, you get 10% back on everything you buy. And then if you do a fishing report and you say, hey, I caught fish on this big Kitex 9-inch swim bait, and people read your fishing report and they buy the swim bait, you get paid for that as well. So it's a pretty good, hey, Nicole, I'll put it out in just a second. Put out the new schedule in just a second. So it's a pretty good deal if you want to become an ambassador. And it's not that hard. And I don't have a lot of time with all the tournament stuff. And I still just go out there and do my fishing reports. And I'll share this with you. I made over $350 last year just through stuff that I sold on that came off my fishing report. So it's a pretty good deal. Yeah. So Spaceman say he made $10 off customer pitches last year. And if you want to join, you can join Shane Flynn Outdoors on Omnia. I think I have about 7 or 8 of you already follow me. And Gary just became an Omnia ambassador. I know Mike is. Matter of fact, Mike was the December Omnia ambassador highlight. He did a lot of great stuff for Omnia last month. He continued to do it. So it's a great deal. They would go broke on free shipping for Marty. That's a good point. That's a good point, Brian. Marty's not here to defend himself, so I won't let him. Hey, Nicole, I'm about ready to throw this up again for you. The schedule back up. Okay, that's great that you guys had a great time down in Florida. I mean, I know it's a long drive from PA, but it's worth it, especially in December when it's cold. So let me present and show this. Show the schedule for Nicole, because I know she's going to be interested. So Nicole, this is what we have set up. We extended the Southern Big Bass Tournament by 4 or 5 days from last year. Same with the Northern region. The 5 bass draw is roughly the same dates. The smallmouth is roughly the same dates. And then the team tournament, roughly the same dates as well. I eliminated the Western region because we just didn't have enough participation for the Western region, but I changed the map. So here's the new map. So you're either red or blue, exception California. They're green. So red is Southern, blue is Northern. I'm allowing anyone from California to choose which regional big bass tournament. They can either do the Southern or Northern, but not both, only one. So that's where we're at, Nicole, and I'll flip this back. And I'm going to post this out. I'll do you'll see this 500 times once I finalize it. I just want to get any thoughts on dates or, this is pretty close to last year. So I thought everybody would be like, yeah, that's going to work. It's prime time in the North. It's prime time in the South for the big bass tournament. So. Oh, wow, Space. I didn't know that. They're adding other fish that you can do on the on Omnia. Yeah, Mike, I have to tell you, Nicole, we had this discussion before. You went Southern last year, didn't you? Because you live on the line. Let's chat. I mean, I don't know. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. But I was just going to say, Mike says definitely fun working with Omnia. They're great. Yeah, they're really, really great. And it's not about, they're not trying to, no one has to be a pro. It's all really about sporting fishing. So, and by the way, that hog, I got a text today when I was at work at the perfect time when I was in a Zoom meeting, and I couldn't help but look at this hog, and I was holding up my phone looking at it, and people were like, "What is that on the? What's that you're looking at?" It was a bunch of senior folks. I was like, "Big hog," and that's the truth, John. I did do that. Nicole, maybe I'll let you fish both. I know you have a houseboat there. We'll talk about it. Well, Ted, I hear you on the team tournament in June, July, but it's and I really get the fall thing because I lost a lot of fall fishermen because of deer hunting. But I will tell you, I know a lot of hunters fished and hunted during and did both. But it's just too much. I just can't do 2 tournaments in the middle of summer. It's just too much for me to run. But maybe we adjust that team tournament. What if we move the team tournament into August through September? But see, that's still prime time for you're going to be starting hunting in September. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's a good point, Ken. I'm glad you brought that up because I did lose some fishermen. Some folks were like, "I'd love to fish at Shane, but I'm dedicated to my deer hunt." I mean, Ted, you started preparing for deer season the end of July into August, if I'm not mistaken. Just making sure I don't see anything. Is anybody here? Hey, Brian, I will tell you, you'll enjoy fishing with John and Lindy if you want to go down with me. The only challenge is you can't be in a kayak. And I know you wouldn't take a kayak down there. Yeah, I got it, Brian. Tough in August and September. So. Spaceman said Omnia is great. I prefer people to Fish Brain, but Omnia is better. Yeah, Omnia is much better. Yeah, it starts to cool off. Yeah, Nicole, I mean, into September, man, bow season, and you guys can see behind me, I've hunted a few years. Matter of fact, I've got a trophy hunt I'm going to be doing before you know it. Hey, Thomas, thanks for stopping in. I'll throw up the new schedule here in just a few minutes. I got spoiled though. I started shooting big critters like grizzly bears and black bears and moose, and I got spoiled, and I don't like the deer hunt as much as I used to. Yeah, I got you, Spaceman. I understood what you meant. And I got big bucks in the backyard, but they're my pets. I don't like to shoot them. Yeah, John, I was going to do that in January, but found out there's not any big ones left. So I am gonna hunt that in the first part of the bow season coming up in I think the first week of October in Ohio next year. So I just couldn't get out this year. I had the tournament in Eufaula, but I'm gonna get that hunt done in September. So I am looking forward to that. All right, Thomas, I know you just came in and I know you enjoy these tournaments, so I'll share the tournament schedule. And I forgot where you live at, Thomas. I think you're in Virginia, but let me share this one more time. This is where we're at for the Southern region, 11 March through 15 April, Northern region, 11 May through 15 June. I added 5 days to each one of the big bass tournaments. Summer 5 bass draw, roughly the same dates. Smallmouth Slam and the Fall Slam, pretty much roughly the same dates. So, but I did change the regions. There is no West region. You're either north or south, with the exception of California, right here. You can either for the big bass tournament, you can fish either the north or the south, but not both. Only one. There we go. Yeah, Russell, I got a auction. I want to hunt on an auction with the trophy ranch, not a ranch, but a farm down there, and down the southern part, just north of Cincinnati. So I'm looking forward to that hunt. Yeah. John, so did the cops quit coming around your house? Are you safe now? Just curious. Just making sure that minutes anybody. Got 13 folks in here. Smash that thumbs up, folks, before we leave, if you don't mind. I'll be putting out a new episode next week, and then I'll follow that. Yeah, the Summer Slam's the same rules. Just one lap, that's all they did. Yes, Spaceman, we're going to do the same rules. That format, it works for everybody. So, I mean, I shouldn't say it works for everybody because everybody doesn't catch them, but it just evens the playing field. It is a really good, it's really a good format to keep it competitive. John, based on what I learned this morning in Hog Legs Live, it's probably smart to keep Batty in the house. I think you'd hit Captain Morgan quite a bit, what you're saying. Oh, Thomas, you're in Florida. That's right. Okay. You're good then. All right, folks. That's about all I got for tonight. Thanks again for stopping by. We will, like I said, I'll be putting out a new episode on deepwater bass fishing in the cold next week. Actually, it won't be fishing. It's going to be some recommendation, and then I will be. We'll put out another live middle of the month, finalizing the schedule, and probably do a tackle giveaway on the third week of January. So stop on by, mark your calendars. I'll put plenty of advertisement out for it. So, hey, everybody, thank you again for stopping by, all of you. I think I've hit all the comments. If you have any questions, concerns, you know my email address, shaneflintoutdoors@yahoo.com. Don't, oh, wait. Gary has a new video dropping in 4 minutes. So go over to Gary's Fishtails, everybody, and check out Gary's new video. And, oh, wait, and one more thing. Don't jump yet. John is doing a live for crop fishing this week. And then the following Friday, John is doing his 2,000 subscriber giveaway, and he's giving away a Duckett rod, right, John? And congratulations on 2,000 subscribers. That's awesome. So, all right. That said, have a good night, everybody. Oh, hey, Josh, I'll send you the schedule. It's basically the same schedule as last year. So thanks for stopping in. I'll shoot you an email over with it. Adios, everybody.